Peace, family. This is your brother, Mr. Olipsism, coming at you once again with more ether for every single bootlicking Negro excuse to stay firmly nestled under the warm and comfortable nuts and berries of their white Western European slave master. I remember in a video clip I did with a friendly debate between myself and my brother B.A. Black Achievement on Queen and Farmer's show. He made the statement that he can't use Egyptology to help him out with his current problems in this day and this time. No offense to him, but this is yet another glaring example of painful ignorance in regards to understanding what African culture is. Egypt, aka Kemet, is just one branch off the tree of African history. African history is anywhere on the globe African people reside, and African people didn't just reside in Kemet or Egypt. For the record, it's called Nile Valley Civilization because civilization started along the Nile. If anyone wants to do those two things all bootlicking Negroes refuse to do, read and learn, pick up Nile Valley Civilization by Anthony Browder. This will give you an excellent overview of the pre-dynastic and dynastic Kemet, but that's an aside. Once again, Professor Amos Wilson breaks down why African culture is not static and stuck in a particular time in the past, but dynamic and adaptive to current and future times. This completely decimates the lame, intellectually lazy talking point that quote-unquote black power people only concentrate on the past and don't have solutions for the day and the future. So once again, family, enjoy one. Oh wait, I forgot something. Let me see. What did I forget? Oh yeah, that's right. Hotep.
Ultimately, we must recognize that we use consciousness to deal with the world. Culture is an adaptative tool. It's an instrument by which we deal with reality, by which we adapt to reality, and by which we adapt reality to ourselves. The kind of consciousness we have will determine how we deal with reality. Consciousness then will, in the fact that it determines how we are going to deal with reality, how we change reality, then is a power. Because ultimately, power is about enabling something to take place. The ability to do something. The ability to change something. The ability to adapt, the ability to defend oneself, the ability to change oneself in order to solve a problem. This is what culture is about. Culture is not static. Culture is not stuck in one place. Culture itself must reconstruct itself if the system in which it exists is reconstructed and rearranged. That is why some of us get in trouble, because we want to find an African culture stuck somewhere back in the 13th century and want to apply it to ourselves at this point in a different context. African culture is not a culture stuck in place and time. African culture is constantly changing and evolving because the context in which African people live changes and evolves. What makes it African culture is that it operates in the interest of African people. It is designed to advance African people, and therefore the consciousness must be measured in terms of the degree to which it maintains our survival and advances our interests and puts us at the center of our concerns and at the center of our purposes. When then we talk about black culture, make sure we're not talking about a reactionary culture, a culture that has been generated by our reaction to our abuse by white folk and to our control and domination of white folk. Because it's a good part of what we call black culture that we need to exorcise from our psyches so that we can evolve a culture and an African-centered culture to advance our interests as a people.